The UK Asian Film Festival is coming to Coventry for the first time as part of City of Culture, and you can have the chance of shaping what the programme actually looks like, which sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Now, joining me to tell me all about it, Festival Manager Amun Dillon from Tongues on Fire, who are behind the festival. Hello, Amun, how are you?
Hi. Thank you so much for having me on your show today.
No, thank you for coming on. So let's talk about the festival. What is the history behind the UK Asian Film Festival? Because what I'm delighted about, it's always nice to have some firsts, isn't it? And this is the first time it's come to Coventry.
Yes, it is. So just to give you some background on the festival, so where the company is Tongues on Fire, and it was co-founded by our current director, Dr. Pushpinder Chowdhury, MBE. She founded the organisation in 1997. So the Tongues on Fire produced the annual UK Asian Film Festival, and this year will mark the festival's 23rd edition. It started off as an Asian Women's Festival, and then it was the London Asian Film Festival. And now, we've expanded, we've grown, and it's fantastic that we're travelling outside of London, UK-wide, for the last few years. We've been in Leicester, Stockton, Manchester, Edinburgh and Glasgow, and this year we will be featuring in Coventry as well. And the work we do just really celebrates South Asian culture, its vibrancy, and the many dimensions through storytelling, live events, masterclasses, and film screenings. And we provide lots of networking opportunities for industry leaders and learning opportunities for emerging talent and those maybe that want to learn more about filmmaking.
No, it's perfect, isn't it? And we're delighted, honoured actually, that it's coming here. It's perfect timing. And do you notice that when you've hosted the film festival in different parts of the country you've mentioned, do you notice there's a different personality that comes every time you do that?
Yeah, and I think, we're very excited that this year, there's so much hype around Coventry City of Culture.
Oh, yes.
So we're very excited. But yeah, definitely every city, brings with it, different audiences. We're able to reach out further afield, really want to kind of reach out to as many communities, have lots of diverse and inclusive events. It's fantastic to be able to do that and to reach out to so many people and engage them in our programme.
Now, for those who haven't seen a South Asian movie, how would you describe it to them? I know that there's different genres and there's all sorts of different movies, but how would you describe it to them to attract someone to embrace this wonderful festival?
Yeah, I think the typical kind of view of like Bollywood is very much song and dance, a lot of the kind of content that came out of the 90s. Cinema films have changed and evolved over the years. And there is a big difference, I think, from each decade. Our festival, we do try and showcase a range of content, not just from India, but all of the South Asian countries. Our platform specifically is targeted at promoting independent filmmakers. So these are, filmmakers that might not necessarily have a large budget, but they do showcase socially relevant topics, topics that our audiences can relate to, and really ignite discussion on things that might otherwise be considered taboo subjects, like mental health, things like that. And as I mentioned, we try and stay as diverse and inclusive as possible. Our films have English subtitles, They can really range. They can be very entertaining, but they can be very informative, very educational.
And what I love about what you're doing as well, and this kind of points towards it beautifully too. You have a tagline, don't you? Giving wings to South Asian roots. So what does storytelling mean to you?
Yeah, so storytelling, it's such a wonderful, way that people express storytelling through various mediums like films, books. Our audiences sometimes share their stories when they've been moved by watching a particular film. And even with South Asian, giving wings to South Asian roots, South Asians as a community have evolved, have expanded, have moved, have migrated. And there's, stories from all walks of life. So we really celebrate the art of storytelling, and it, extending from oral traditions to tales told in today's digital age. And, stories are really everywhere. And, it's fantastic to be able to showcase South Asian stories that come from all these various mediums.
Well, it's great, isn't it? It's great to do that, and great to do that in Coventry as well, and great to do it at the Belgrade Theatre, which is right at the heart of the city as well. And let's talk about a film festival like this, because I know lots of people who organise events, whether it be from Warwick Folk Festival to Godiva Festival, and usually what happens is when the festival finishes, they don't get a day off and they start playing the next one straight away. I guess it's the same for you, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. We do have year-round activity, and we do try and engage with our audiences and provide learning opportunities all year round. So, yeah, I mean, it's fantastic to be able to offer events, and we're really excited about working with the Belgrade Theatre. And our creative director, Samir Bamra, heads up our Coventry and Leicester part of the programme, and he's also a senior producer at the Belgrade Theatre. And it's fantastic just to be able to offer, it's been a very challenging year for everybody. So we're really excited to be able to showcase an entertaining and engaging programme, for the South Asian communities and beyond in Coventry. So the dates for this year are the 26th of May to the 6th of June, and the full programme will be announced in the coming weeks. So please, everybody, do have a look out on our online platforms, and also watch out for any of the City of Culture and the Belgrade Theatre announcements.
Beautifully put, madam. Beautifully put. So, if anybody wants to find out more about how they can actually get involved in the festival, what should they do, Aman? Because there's so many opportunities, isn't there?
Yeah, there are. I just wanted to add as well, just off my earlier point, is that I just wanted to give a bit of information about the theme that we'll be showcasing. It is Ray of Hope, and we're celebrating the anniversary of Satyajit Ray, who tells stories from a feminist gaze, and they're stories of strong women who don't hesitate to break barriers. And it is very much the core of the work that we do to promote gender equality and sexuality, and provide a platform to ignite discussion on topics that might, as I say, otherwise be considered as a taboo in South Asian communities. And just going off onto really getting involved, there's lots of opportunities, and film lovers in Coventry and across the West Midlands region will have a chance to shape the programme. They can take part in our acclaimed film curation training, which is led by film academics, curators and journalists. There's a 2-day online film curation workshop that is coming up on the 27th of March and the 28th of March. The learning workshops are completely free, and if anybody wants to take part, they can email me on info@tonguesonfire.com. In April, we also have workshops for anyone wanting to learn how to critique short films. And there's lots of volunteering opportunities throughout the festival days to deliver the event. The festival events, so please.
All right. Well, listen, Mum. Sadly, we've run out of time. But if somebody listening to our radio show tonight didn't know about the UK Asian Film Festival, I'll tell you what, you've certainly enlightened them. And there's so many ways to get involved. So many great things happening between the 26th of May and the 6th of June. Aman, festival manager from the UK Asian Film Festival, coming to the Belgrade Theatre. Thank you for joining me on BBC CWR.